What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. This is episode 15 now on the series. If you guys are enjoying the series, be sure to drop a like on this video and leave a comment down below. I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say about this series or any other series that I've done in the past. But what we're going to be doing today, now I have been searching and searching for our next car on the series here. And I think I found it. So we went to this random barn here. There's a couple of junk piles around, but what's directly behind me might surprise some of you guys. Probably not, actually. I'm sure it's in the thumbnail of this video, but here it is, guys. We have a Ferrari F50 right here. So the F40 is by far the most rare Ferrari that was ever produced. I don't remember the exact number of them in the world, but it's very, very few. They did not make a lot of these cars. This is the F50 GT, so the generation after the F40. It has a V8 dual overhead cam supercharged engine in it, making 703 horses and 640 foot-pounds of torque. Now this thing's actually in surprisingly good condition, being that it is just sort of sitting here in this barn, but they only want $25,000 for it. The car value is 31, but I think we'll be able to make a pretty decent profit on this thing. So let's go ahead and buy this. We'll send it back to the garage, and we can check it out some more there. All right, look at this thing, dude. It is just beautiful. It has most of the body panels, surprisingly, but it looks like we're gonna have to add a door and probably take off a bunch of these panels and try to repair them up. So while I was looking around for cars, I actually found a Mark III. So the generation before this R32, I found a Mark III GTI with a VR6, sort of similar to this car. And I held off, guys, I held off. I know you don't want to see another Volkswagen. Dude, I can't help it. I love Volkswagen so much. I think they are just the coolest car, but we have turned our attention now onto the sports slash supercar genre. We're trying to turn a bit more profit here. Obviously, if we keep buying GTIs, we're not going to be able to make any profit because I'm just going to keep them. So what we're going to be doing today is restoring this baby. Let's move it over to car lifter B here. Actually, I don't know why we're doing that. We don't have a car over here now, so we can actually just move it over to car lifter A. That should make things a little bit easier. We'll go ahead and just put it up in the air right off the bat, and we'll get our welder out and bring our interior car kit over there as well. All right, so first mostly, we're gonna have to use the interior kit on there. That should bring it up to 100% on the interior condition. And God, this it's doing it again, guys. There we go. $1,000. Get all the rust off of the main body and the frame of this thing. That already looks a ton better. We kind of have this weird sort of green tint on the quote-unquote trunk. I asked this last time. If the trunk is actually in, or I'm sorry, if the engine is in the rear of the car, does that make it a hood, or is it still a trunk? Alright, so we're going to come around here. We're going to take off all of the body panels that we can, and just make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I don't know what I want to do as far as the engine goes. We might just repair it and leave everything else kind of as it was. So we'll take off the spoiler here. Now that we've done that, we can remove the rear bumper. That's going to get rid of the license plate, and we'll get rid of those taillights. Take off the trunk or the hood, whatever you want to call it. I'm still clueless. I have no idea whether or not it's still technically a hood or a trunk. I don't know. Anyways, now that we've got all the body panels torn off of this thing, let's come over to the repair bench, and we can't repair them yet. Oh, that's right. Hang on. We found that out a couple episodes back. This skill point, once we reach level 35, I actually had to correct myself on the screen. For whatever reason, I said 45 the last time. Level 35 will be able to actually repair body panels, so that would have definitely come in handy on this one, but unfortunately we're gonna have to buy all new panels. So let's hop into the store here. All right, so it looks like we have an engine cover. We are literally going to buy all of it. I mean, every single thing that we can get for this car, we're gonna be buying front right window, front window, body window A. I don't even know where that is. Right body window, headlights, mirrors, tail lights. You guys get it. Rear bumper, new spoiler, and a new trunk. That should be everything. So let's get this thing pieced back together here. We're gonna get a new front bumper on there and everything. I like how this game does that with the primer effect. So when you do buy a new panel, it doesn't come painted. It just comes with that like black primer on there. Normally primer is gray, but this sort of looks like a dark gray, I guess. It could pass for a gray. All right, so now we have to figure out where those other body windows were. We're going to have to remove the engine cover because we have a new one of those. First, we need to put the trunk on, and then we'll have to actually open it. Open that, and now we can get the engine cover put on there. Perfect. The old one wasn't in that bad of condition, but I would like to replace as much as we possibly can on this thing. Let's get that rear bumper on there. That rear bumper was only at 99%. We really didn't need a new one. Get our other tail light put in here and mount this huge spoiler. This is a big wang. I mentioned big wangs in a previous episode, and now you can see this is a proper big wang here, and I think it looks pretty nice on this thing. I can't imagine this car having a small wang. Alright, that is looking pretty good there, my dudes. Let's move this stuff. Get that out of our way here. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna have to take off these wheels. I actually really like the rims that they chose for this thing. I think it matches sort of the factory wheel that would have come on this thing back in 1960 something. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen. I don't feel like trying to Google that, but if you guys are curious, you can absolutely Google that and figure out what year this came out. I think actually the F40 was more around the 1967 mark, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but and there we go. We got our wheels taken off here. Now what we have to do is open up our inventory. Let's get rid of all of the other parts that we took off of this thing. Hopefully get a little bit of money in our pockets. And see, this is what I'm curious of, because right body window A, I have no idea what that could possibly be. If we take a look on the interior, we have a steering wheel that we can remove. That was steering wheel 7. But it doesn't look like it's going to let us put in seats, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I get it. Okay, so we actually have that, but where is the where's the body window at? I don't understand. Maybe once we get these wheels put on, we'll roll it over to the garage entrance so we can actually open the doors, because this is not going to let us put a seat in there with the door shut. So we're gonna have to just sort of live with that for now. That's not a huge deal. But let's open up our inventory here and take a look at these wheels. So they are 255, 40, 18 with an offset of 0 all the way around. And then it looks like in the rear it's actually a 285. Let's get one of these separated so we can at least figure out what sort of tire that is. Actually, you know what? I have a feeling I know which one it is. Let's go into the tire shop here. It's just got pretty small font on the top and the bottom. You know what? It's probably race tire B. So we need 2 of those and an 18 with a 285, 45. Is that right? We'll buy 2 of those, see if we got that right. 285, 45, 18, perfect. And the other was a 255, 40, 18. So let's get 2 of those as well. 18 to 45, 40, 18. God, if I get that wrong, I'm gonna be so upset. My memory is just shot. It was a 255. God dang it. Okay, let's sell those then. God, we wasted some money there. 18 to 55, 40. And there we go. All right, I think we got that this time around. Now we just need some rims on this bad boy, Billy. And I think we're gonna go with something a little bit different. I do like the rims that are on it currently, but I think we can make it look a little bit better. Let's go with something like this. Something with a lot of dish here. We'll get 4 in an 18 with an offset of 0. That should be perfect. And there we go. All right, so now we can get these suckers mounted up here. I think the color is like Rosso Corsa, maybe? I can't remember, but anyways, this specific Ferrari, and I believe the F40, only came in one color, but I think we're gonna do something a little different here. We might even put a yellow on this thing. I think that might look kind of cool. The badges for Ferrari are yellow, and I think that might look good with these black wheels that we're choosing here. So we'll get these mounted up, get these put back on the car, and we'll send it into the paint booth and see what we think. We might even leave it red. I really don't know yet. Kind of just depends on how everything comes together. All right, we are sticking our last wheel weight on this thing. I'm assuming it's using the stick-on wheel weights, those little lead weights. Let's get this thing fitted out here. So we got the two 85/45s in the rear. That's gonna look nice. And I wanna step back here and take a look at my choice. I think that looks really nice, actually. I'm a fan of that. That's gonna complete the look of this car for sure. The old wheels were definitely good. They looked a lot like how they came from the factory. However, you gotta change it up at least sometime. You can't try to make every car look like it did from the factory. So we'll get these other two wheels here mounted up. We need the 55 in the front. There we go. And we need the 285. It's gonna be our last wheel anyways, so it's not that difficult, but put the 285 in the rear. And there we go, guys. Look at that sucker. That looks so good. I have to move my mouse off of what I'm viewing pretty often because I feel like the yellow kind of throws it off. But if we stand back a little bit, that thing looks amazing. All right, let's move this thing into the paint shop here. So we are going to turn up the brightness and the saturation and max that thing out. And let's try to get a nice yellow on here. I don't want it to be green. I don't want it to be orange either. I think that might look pretty good. If we turn the saturation down, that's going to make it less yellow. If we turn the brightness down, that's just going to darken it up. So let's do, I don't want to do bright yellow. Let's do like an 80. No, that's too mustard yellow. Let's just tone it down, tone the brightness down to about 90. Use 50% hue on that. Dude, that looks so good. I am super happy with that. All right, let's see about changing the color up here. We could do a pearl, metallic, or ooh, that is gross, dude. The chameleon on that? No way. That adds in like a green undertone. That is disgusting. That looks like baby poop. God, I don't know. Let's go with metallic. I feel like metallic's probably gonna be our best bet here. There are no liveries for this vehicle. And there we go, $1,000. Got it painted bright yellow here. Oh, dude, it looks so nice. I'm a fan of that. I am a big fan of that. Let's check our car status here. Global body condition is at 88%. I'm assuming that's because we don't have the seats and all of that put in there. So let's see if we can't put that seat in here now. It's calling it a front end. There we go. Got a seat in there. It's got some racing harnesses. There we go. You can see the racing harnesses a little bit better from that angle. That looks awesome, dude. I'm really pumped about that. So this car only has a single seat in here because it looks like we got a fire extinguisher over here. Maybe I think that's the battery box right there, and then a couple of ECU items here with the shut-off switch right there. This looks so good. I love the carbon fiber on the interior. That looks amazing. Let's put a steering wheel on this thing. We got to go into our inventory here, make sure we're getting the right one. Steering wheel 7. So we're going to grab that here from the store, and we can mount up our new steering wheel. Perfect. All right, let's get out of this mode here. Go back into normal mode and check our car status. We're at 94% now, so we are still missing those window parts. I have no idea where those are supposed to go. So now we can move this thing hopefully over to the dyno. I really don't know. I doubt the car moves. Cannot start engine. Okay, so we're gonna be moving this back over to the lifter, car lifter A, and we'll take this thing apart a little bit, kind of see what's wrong with it. God dang, dude, look at that. God, what a beautiful car. Oh, what's our car value at? So we bought this for $25,000. I don't even have to put that on the screen because my memory did not fail me for once. And the car value is currently at 40,000, so we're not doing too bad here. Let's pop this sucker open here and take a look at what we got going on. Wow. All right, so this is pretty complex here. If we focus in on the engine, we can use our examine tools here. So let's use our compressor. Really? Did I really just say that? Engine needs to be complete in its form to perform this action, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're not gonna do the compression, not compressor. Jesus Christ. We are gonna use the OBD scanner. This vehicle does have an OBD port, surprisingly enough. It's probably OBD2, I don't know for sure. All right, scan complete. So we got a little information here. It looks like we're gonna need spark plugs, ignition coils. That's pretty obvious. You can kind of see them already from the top. It is missing a coil cover on this side, so we're gonna have to grab one of those. Let's use our other diagnostic tool here. We just replaced the tires, so those are gonna be fine. Let's use the electronic meter here, the multimeter, and see if we have any problems with the battery, the starter, all that good stuff. Got a couple of beeps. All right, alternator needs replaced, battery probably needs replaced, and we can take a look up at the front of the vehicle as well and replace some of that stuff. So for starters here, I think we're gonna remove these ignition coils and we're gonna get some new ones. Let's get some upgraded ones just because. That's that side done. Let's hop over here to the other side. Coils cover V8. We're gonna grab one of those from the store, and while we're here, we can get some upgraded plugs and coils as well. All right, let's put in our new spark plugs here over on this side, get our ignition coils put in as well. Now we just have to cap it off with a new cover. Perfect. And you know what? Let's get a new cover for the other side too. We might as well. That way we don't have to worry about repairing it or anything like that. We're missing a throttle, a fuel filter. What throttle is that? The V8 throttle, and a fuel filter and a V8 starter. So let's grab those here quickly. Okay, so now we can get our throttle put in here. Just gonna be 4 bolts around the outside, pretty easy. And then the fuel filter, plop that thing in there. It just hooks up with some hose there, so there's no bolts required, no hardware. And then on this side we can get in our upgraded ignition coils and spark plugs. And then hopefully we're done. I highly doubt we'll be done after this, but we'll just keep trucking away. Anything that comes up, we're gonna end up repairing. And let's put in our new fuel pump. There we go. All right, things are looking a little bit better. We're gonna need a oil filter for a V8. That's not a surprise. Grab the yellow oil filter for the V8 right there, and then we're going to have to raise this thing up here just for a sec. Oil filter right here. Perfect. And then the starter should be somewhere over here. There we go. All right, 2 bolts in the starter. And then I know this vehicle does have an alternator. We just have to find it. There she is. All right, accessible from the engine bay. So we're gonna have to take off cert belt A for the V8. Where's cert belt B? We might as well replace the belts. Supercharger cert belt. Oh crap, dude, I forgot this thing has a supercharger. We could I don't know. How deep in are we? We're at 43,000 now. Will it start is the question. Probably not, being at the alternator is like completely shot. No oil in engine, cannot perform this action. So we might be able to turn this thing over, but let's grab an upgraded alternator here quick. What the heck? We'll get an upgraded supercharger too. You know what? That's probably not it. I'm not gonna waste 4,200 bucks. Let's lower this thing back down and make sure we're getting the right thing. There might not even be an upgraded supercharger for this. I don't really know. Yeah, it's a supercharger for a V8, so we would have not been getting the right thing there. Let's remove cert belt A here. The alternator down here. Looking good. All right, now we can get our alternator, our new alternator, put in here, the upgraded one. That should help us actually be able to hold voltage so we can keep this thing idling. And we're gonna need a cert belt A for a V8. Take that puppy off of there, and then let's get the old cert belt for the supercharger off of there. That thing was at 37%. It probably would have been okay and lasted a little bit of time. There we go. Got our new tensioner on there, and let's get cert belt A put in there. Got a new one of those. And I think we should be good. Let's add some oil to this thing, and hopefully we can actually do something with it now. It's not going to perform the best. It actually might perform very poorly. But I think it'll be a decent flip for us now that we have sort of the engine assembled. I have a feeling the value is going to at least double. I hope that the value is going to at least double once it is running. So let's try to move it over to the dyno. Okay, that's good news. It actually went over here. God, dude, this thing is just insane. I love it. It looks so good. There's an idler. There is an idler roller A missing from the car. Of course there is. I don't know how I would have missed that, but of course there is. There we go. It's right there. Little bugger. Is it good? Nothing else popped up, so I think we're okay. Close the trunk again. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. I'm so curious of what this thing is going to make. It's supposed to make 703 horsepower and 640 foot-pounds of torque. I have a feeling it's going to be just as fast as like our Mark 1 GTI. Oh, dude, that's a rough curve. It sounds rough too. Yeah, dude, literally 421 horsepower and 389 foot-pounds of torque. We lost a lot there, but it does run, so that's good news, right? Let's take a look at our car value here. It's only up to $44,000. Oof, big oof. All right, so the global parts condition is at 48, so that is definitely hurting us here a little bit. Let's move this back over to car lifter A. We're gonna take the wheels off, do the brakes, and hopefully that brings the number up a little bit, and we'll be able to sort of scoot it around town a little bit, maybe. Okay, we're getting our last wheel mounted up here. Get this thing zipped on, and there we go. All right, we got a brand new brake system on this bad boy. Let's check out our car value now. So we're up to 45,000, which isn't bad. It's not terrific, but it's not bad. I think we'll sit with that for now. Let's get the other license plate, or the license plate we took off. Let's get that thing mounted up here. We sold it. All right, we're going to buy a new license plate here. Let's go with an Alaska license plate this time, just because it's yellow. It's kind of fitting. And look at that, F50 GT Alaska license plate. The color's surprisingly pretty close. We'll take a look at the car status. It didn't jump that much, but the global body condition is now 100%. I want to do something a little different this time. Let's head to our garage door here, and we're going to hit up the off-road track with our F50 GT. We're gonna make this thing super uncomfortable and really put it out of its element. But I just want to see how it performs. I've never been to this track before. The only time you would ever come here is if you had like a rally car or maybe a truck. But here we are, guys. We're at our F50, and we're about to see. Oh my God! You got to be really light on the throttle. It sounds amazing, though. All right, we totally bottomed out there. About went through the map. Jesus Christ, this thing is incredible, dude. Should we see if we can drift this corner? Nope. Spun right out. We don't have the best angle here. Here we go. See if we can jump this. Just barely. God, this is ridiculous. This was a bad idea. We can hardly move here. There we go. Actually, we move a lot better on the grass. I don't even want to see if we can go around that, but I do want to just jump this thing over some logs, and I think we're probably stuck here. Yeah, we're definitely stuck here. All right, well, that was fun while it lasted. Let's actually go to a racetrack, and we'll see what this thing can actually do with its limited horsepower. You know what? I said we're going to go to an actual racetrack. Let's go to the abandoned airport. Again, never been there, but it might be something cool. Oh my God. All right, and here we are, abandoned racetrack. So I have learned that you have to be pretty light on the throttle with this thing, otherwise you will spin out. This is nice though. I like the big open space here. It's kind of frame ratey, frame rates aren't very good here, but it's a new zone, so maybe we just got to let everything sort of load in. This is like a perfect area to reshoot some Gymkhana scenes. Oh my god. Yeah, this area over here. God, you can hear that supercharger whine and everything. This is a cool little area, dude. Alright, I guess we can't go in, which is strange. And there we go, spinning out again. Ooh, should we just see how many donuts we can do in this? Oh yeah, Chad. Wouldn't you do that too if you just rebuilt an F50? Holy crap, dude, this thing is squirrely. Let's go over here. It looks like there's a little airplane hangar over here, maybe. Wait a second, does that say Patron? That's hilarious. I didn't realize that said Patron this whole time. Oh my god. Straighten out, dude. Alright, I just want to cruise through here. That's kind of cool. Got a little hangar. Another hangar over here. This is where you do your fast time lap right here, baby. And don't spin out, don't spin out, don't spin out. Just turn gradually. We're up to 123, 130, 135. God, dude, this thing is so cool. I'm pretty happy with this, but I think that's enough messing around. Let's take this thing back to the garage and say sayonara. Alright, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode, you guys. I really have no idea until I start chopping this up. This game, sometimes you have to play for an hour and 30 minutes to have a good video. Sometimes you only have to play for half an hour and you can chop it up into about 20 minutes. But we're gonna get 45,000 bucks for it. I don't think that's terrible considering what we did was very minimal. But that is gonna put us at $186,000. I'm pretty sure we started about 180 some odd dollars. So we didn't actually make a profit in this episode, but I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment. Help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.